Chris, there's
Nothing
totally
more to
that's
say, Mr.
totally
Jensen?
actually a thing. I think it was the comic Dresden Kodak did a caveman science fiction stories. It was like, me, I'm bring fire to cave. No, you play gods. No, me keep warm. Then the cave burns down. Me go too far.
Spiteful, full of hate, envious and bitter. How petty is that?
Burns down a cave.
How dare you?
Yes.
I'm not the one driven by rage and obsession.
I'm not even sure what happens if you fail this conversation. But I'm pretty sure nothing important does.
A genetic fluke.
Like I was saying, I
thought
think you just don't get... Yeah, go ahead, Shane.
I thought it was a password you were trying to get from him.
By tomorrow, the world will hate your kind.
But
Yeah,
now I
you just
can't
don't get...
remember.
You don't get the benefit of whatever you get by winning, but nothing gets made worse by losing.
Right.
I regret nothing.
Which is another.
Oh, right, it's the
case in-
security shutdown codes.
Must be destroyed, and this
Yeah,
is
that's
the
it.
only
Which is
way I
another
know
point
to
in
destroy.
favor of actually,
Go
if
down
you
to
were
the
truly trying to be a
Go
paragon
down to the
thinking
core and see
person,
with your own eyes
you
the
should
horrors
shoot
your
him in the
precious
face
future creates.
and just, you know,
I've
run
made my
for it.
choices.
You know,
Now you must make
to get this over with as quickly as possible because people are dying while you're sitting here dithering around with him.
You and your Mass Effect terms.
Enemies
I
everywhere!
felt like that was important. Right, whatever. Doesn't
now-
matter.
No, shoot him a few times.
Wait, I got an idea.
The lockdown's disengaged. I'm heading back.
Actually, that's an interesting point, is that you can kill a number of key people like David Seraph and Taggart here, and it does not matter at all.
Been able to raise anyone?
I'm picking up several glimmers, but there's too much
Okay,
interference.
Josh, here's my challenge to you. Kill
think you're
every major
on
NPC
your
in a
own,
different way.
Careful there, Francis. You almost sound like you regret that.
Well, it's just, you know, what does
Oh,
it mean to be able to
no,
kill somebody if it
machine gun.
has no narrative impact at all?
Yeah, it.
Yeah.
This whole sequence is. It really sucks, and it's about to get way worse.
Although I will give the game credit, they were very careful to make sure the parts that they
Check
did
it out!
were good. Yeah.
Somehow, they have managed to work zombies into their cyberpunk transhumanism game.
And you're gonna typhoon these people? These people are
Wait, no,
driven
no, no.
mad by control chips, and you're just gonna typhoon them to death?
Yeah, pretty much.
You jackhead, like these are innocent people, basically.
Yeah, I just peps these guys. What's wrong with you, Josh?
Why were those guys frozen? But it's cathartic, damn it.
What I wanted to
Cathartic?
say earlier was that I think this end sequence isn't terrible because the writers didn't know what they were doing. It feels like it's
you know what?
terrible because they ran out of money.
I'm gonna get the reflex booster.
I would agree with that,
It-
Seamus.
Yeah, it feels rushed and awkward and not like they didn't think
Right.
things through. Or like this could work with a little more with a little more content could have fixed this up. What is that
Right,
thing
this is
you're
pretty
using?
clearly where the budget
This
ran
is
out.
the laser rifle.
Oh, that's my first time seeing it go.
Really?
Oh, it looks
Did
weird.
that kind of seem like a crock of shit?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Like
Not
one
to get,
shot
you know-
revolver would have took those guys.
Topical, but you know, if you as a game designer, if you are going to cut corners, it is going to be at the end of the game, and just
Yeah.
because that's going to be 25% of the audience you're selling to is going to reach the end of the game, you know, which is why probably Mass Effect's ending is so awful.
And that's really a heartbreaker for me because I love closure in stories. That might be, I mean, I'm sort of notorious for being a huge Tolkien fan. And that might just be a big reason for it because Tolkien is just you can accuse him a lot of things, but not giving us closure is not one of them. There
Yeah.
were many, yeah, I mean that everything gets wrapped up in there. And endings are very important to me. I like they don't need to be happy, but they need to be sort of thematically complete. and offer closure.
Chris, is that a real statistic? 25%?
I wondered
what?
that too.
Like
25%
people reach
only.
the real end?
I pulled that number out of my butt. I would
okay,
not,
good.
I would imagine that it's not that much higher, but I mean, you've seen the number of people with backlogs and the number of people with you know, why haven't I finished this game or that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. It might actually be smaller than that, actually. It's still a really
I
depressing
do-
number to consider, though, as a game design.
Yeah, once in a while I look at like Steam achievements, and when you've got those sort of landmark achievements for like, oh, for beating the game, I do look at those and think, wait a minute, not everyone has this. There are people that bought this 6-year-old game and still haven't gotten around to beating it.
No, actually, I own multiple games with, like, you know, achievements for beating it that I don't have, even though...
Oh yeah, that's right. There is a limb clinic person here.
Considered, yeah.
Oh my god, I've never seen
Inexplicably.
this.
Thankfully,
Capitalism
This is ridiculous.
endures!
hearing things are out of control. So, is it safe to come out now?
No.
No, this is a
That's
robbery. Give me all your
anarchy.
Praxis kit.
You better stay here until help comes. In the meantime, is it possible to download Praxis software
And sell me
here?
all your Praxis
Yes,
kit.
of course. No damage was done to the computers. See for yourself.
But I only have $5.
Can you imagine this? Like, you come here and they're like, oh man, I got some Praxis kits,
Where it's safe.
and you're just like, sweet.
Help?
And they show it to you, and they're like, okay, give me like 5,000 credits per kit. And you're just like, wait, the apocalypse is happening. Can't you like give me, you know, some freebies here? Can I just like
The
have all
apocalypse
of your
is
kits?
The apocalypse is happening, and I'm trying to stop it. My actions are preserving your life. Could you maybe push the manager button on your register in there and give me the hero discount?
It also seems awful convenient that a person working at a limb clinic has absolutely no augments.
Oh yeah, that is kind of funny.
Everybody come over to the Jensenmans
Oh.
for the
Oh,
beatings.
you're just gonna typhoon these people. You are so evil.
Oh, come on. This is not even a surprise to you at this point.
I
To be
wish-
fair-
You know, I like to pretend it is sometimes.
I've never seen this.
Hell, I said I was going to do this at the beginning when we were talking about what was going on.
I don't pay attention to anything you say when we're not recording, Josh. Where would that end, huh?
See, this is where I use the Icarus a lot, because you could jump down floors and not get hurt.
Yeah.
This is just...
You know what I like, Josh? I like how
What
you
the hell?
gun down half of the dudes, typhoon like 2/5 of the rest of the dudes, and then the remainder you non-lethally punch out.
Does Hugh Darrow only hire guys in hoodies?
I was just wondering, what is this Attack of the Clones stuff here? Oh, that was not nice.
I never
You did a
use the
mean
arm
thing to
blades
that
because
man.
they're always like way stupider looking.
They also really look like they'd hurt, like everyone involved. It's like, you know, you stab through somebody and like the blade hits the floor and just this nasty shock goes.
Come
up
on,
your
are you
fake
gonna
arm.
give me all the ammunition possible except revolver rounds?
Okay, I have
I
to
do-
complain
Yeah,
about
Josh.
the
You troll the game,
zombies.
game trolls you.
Yeah, okay, I was just about to do the same, but you go first.
Well, I was just gonna say, first of
Oh
all,
crap, I missed him.
if you're going to replace the chip and like force a recall to give everybody these mind control chips, why not just insert every chip to be a mind control chip? Second of all, how many people actually have a mind control chip in their arm or leg or, you know, advanced armpit
Well-
part device?
The idea, I think, is that there's like a special control chip that everyone that uses augments has in their brain because
Right.
that allows them to actually use it while thinking about it rather than having
yeah.
to like use a weird button or whatever to do the arm or whatever.
Right, it conveys the information from your brain to the limb because it can't use your nervous system because that's organic.
They ruined me.
But can't we already
Yeah.
do that now? Like send signals from your brain to the
That
electronics?
was totally a double
Well,
takedown.
yeah, it's just the conceit
where
of the
the
setting.
What
you
is
know?
that?
Yeah. Although what I want to
50
know about
takedowns.
these, what I want to know about these zombies is it's the old zombie question that you're never supposed to ask, but why don't these
Hi!
people attack each other?
Yeah, and there's evidence of them attacking each other, except for
Mr. Jensen, please.
When
Please,
you're
put the
around.
weapon away.
yeah.
You won't need it.
It's like they form gangs.
Mr. Jensen.
Is this really the time for you to be complaining because I'm holding a weapon?
Monsters.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
People.
You know, if I was him,
Augmented
I would
people
not be
who've lost
mad
all
about you
their
waving
reason.
around a gun. I
Isn't
would be
that
mad
supposed to
that
be
you would just
my
put a hole
line?
in the wall that was keeping the zombies out.
Fortunately, it seems your esteemed
That
Mr.
he's
Darrow
doomed.
decided
Yeah,
He's
I'll be like,
totally screwed
you know
up.
what? Tell you what. Actually, draw your weapon again, point it towards that hole in the wall, and help me
Well,
not
well,
die.
wait.
You are part of this.
I just
after
thought of
all.
something.
You have been alone.
You know, Seraph does have an
It's to deny
artificial
anything
arm.
now, but
Why isn't he going
despite what you
crazy?
think of us,
I
Yeah.
imagine that since
Augmentations
Seraph
all
is
we've
Darrow's
ever
sort of
sought is
protege,
regulation,
that Darrow
rules
didn't
governing
have
how
the
the
stones
technology
to
is
go and
developed
kill
and
him
laws that
to,
ensure its use for the good
so
of
he
society.
didn't, you know, he
You've raised society
ensured
above
that
humanity.
Seraph
Who gets
didn't
to
get
make
the
those
chip or
Men
told
with
Seraph not to use it or
wisdom,
whatever.
strength and
Right,
tenacity
but
to
it does
know
Or
what
it might
feel
be
they
like,
that Seraph
um,
uses his
proven
own
leaders
chip,
who
like designed his own chip.
distinguish
or
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
you, Mr. Jensen.
It does feel like there ought to
Certainly
be a
earned the
little
right to be
throwaway
one of us.
line there
All
that you
you
could
have to do
pose to
is
Seraph
take
to
it.
explain.
that
all
is
of
an interesting
Just
question, though.
Just remember
What about
that without
the
control,
high-level
there's no
R&D
room
guys
for
who
freedom,
know more
only
about
anarchy.
the way that
were
that
a policeman
augments
once.
work than
Know
the
the
random
importance of
people
order.
they're gonna get
I know there's
that
a
are gonna
difference
go and get the
between
recall
order and
chip.
slavery.
Like, you know,
The biochip
everyone at
isn't supposed to
Seraph
force people to do
Industry.
anything.
Why
Merely
aren't
limited
they
powers
more
so that people
suspicious
couldn't go on
about this
killing
sudden
sprees like the
chip
ones taking place
recall?
right now.
Amazing how well that worked out.
You know what I want to
Say what
know
you will.
is
But I
actually,
know
well,
that some part of you agrees
you know,
with
actually,
me.
this just occurred to me.
Absolute freedom is no
Dare
different than
even
absolute
Seraph
chaos.
not having any
Society
repercussions
needs
about, like,
boundaries
you know,
if it
the
has
control
any
chip
hope
and
of
his
surviving.
mechanical arm
And you, Mr.
does
Jensen,
push a
can
little
be
bit
the one
further
to
in
give
this
us
sort
that
of
hope.
theory we've been working
Shut
on, that
down
Seraph is
Darrow's
actually
signal.
more connected to
And
the
help me get a
Illuminati
message
than
out saying
suspected.
that
Right.
the accident
I
in
was
his
thinking
life
that
contaminated
too.
the world's neuropathy
Is this another? I mean, maybe
Life.
we're giving the writers too much
What if I
credit, but it
decided to blame
could
the
be another
Illuminati?
clue
The
that he's,
Illuminati
you
is
know,
just
in
a
on
name
it.
to get
That
rich
and the
financiers
whole
to invest
baseball
more money.
symbolism that comes up again and
Besides,
again.
Do you really think the world
Really,
will
I think it
believe in
depends
some
on where the game
18th
goes,
century conspiracy
assuming
theory?
that it gets a
Do
sequel.
this
I mean,
for
if
us,
Seraph
and
comes
ensure
back and
a
it turns out he's
future
part
for
of the
mankind,
Illuminati,
all of
I think
mankind,
that'll make this game look
augmented or
really,
otherwise.
really,
The future
really
Hugh Darrow
prescient
offers
and
doesn't allow for
forward thinking. And if it turns out that Seraph just never comes back again, it's just whatever.
Yeah, I don't think so, Taggart.
So you could have just
Goodbye.
said no,
What the-
but that works too.
Well, he didn't say no. He could still do it. It's just, you know, without Taggart, I guess.
So Taggart inexplicably was blown up. To your second point, Chris, all the chips are the mind control chip, but I think the idea is that Darrow, with the help of Megan, sabotaged the mind control chip in order to do this instead of causing mind control. Like he just kind of stole the Illuminati's plan.
He hijacked it,
And-
is my impression.
Yeah.
They had something to control people, and instead he stole it and used it to make people crazy zombies.
Which I guess is,
And
you know, at best at worst a lateral move.
Yeah, and you could even argue that that explains why the zombies don't... I mean, if this is a chip that can control brains, then certainly you could make it, you know, have zombies that don't attack each other.
Well, I wish Darrow didn't receive the whole JRPG, I'm gonna destroy the world to prove that it needs to exist thing, because he actually has a bit of a point in that he really didn't want to see this technology used to exist as a control mechanism. I mean, he saw
Yeah.
what they were
Right.
doing with. He saw what they were doing with Picus, and he didn't want, human limbs to be an extension of Illuminati control, the way Picus was existed as a ability of the Illuminati to exert control.
Well, then you know what he should have done? He should have, like, brought this before Congress, say, like, hey, check this out. You know, these control
This is
chips
a bad
can be
idea.
used like X, Y, Z.
Fortunately, I'm immune in cutscenes. What? No, that's not how it works. That's how it works.
But yes,
Anyway.
Redstone, I agree.
Yeah, and then he should have recommended that, like, the UN appoint a security force consisting of entirely non-augmented individuals who can retain order.
But then
Like
again,
UNATCO.
I mean, if you have, again, anything that's gonna have the UN involved, I mean, Hugh Darrow should be smart enough to realize if he's aware of the Illuminati, he should realize any major government organization is probably going to be co-opted by them. So you can't go to the authorities because they are the authorities. And so maybe he's, for one thing, he's hurting. He's angry that he invented this technology that can't benefit him. And then he's seeing his invention used to control people, and he's frustrated because you can't go anywhere for help because the authorities are the criminals. And I think that's
fair, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really defending the JRPG. I think they could have sold his action. I think it needed, like Chris said earlier, a little more setup. I think we need. I think that was Chris.
A little more?
Not only are we not defending Darrow for obvious reasons, we're not even defending, like, the choice to make this Darrow's character as a plausible, like,
Right.
justification.
I think the pieces.
What the
Yeah, I
hell
think
do you
the
think
pieces
you're
were
doing,
there
son?
though.
Put that away.
God
I have
damn
to
it, why
say,
are you
getting-
whining about my gun?
Oh, thank God you came.
Seriously,
I thought
Adam,
we
I
were
mean,
here.
come
We
on.
moved them first.
We can't move anyone yet.
And I
It's
have
a
to say, I
fucking
really.
stun gun!
And shut down Darrow.
I have to say, I love the character of
Chaos
David Serra.
experienced here.
I just, he
The
is
Illuminati
a
created
really
Yeah.
interesting
Stops
guy.
people from using
Mostly
enhanced
good,
abilities.
a little bit of shades of
Darrow
gray, a
turned
little bit of
into a kill switch.
self-interest.
Oh my God. You.
And
gotta fix this
not a
out.
mustache
If
twirling
people
evil,
realize what's
and
happened,
not
if
an
they believe
idiot either. He's not a
augmentation
rube.
technology created
He's
this
just
chaos,
somebody trying to do his best in a
they'll
weird
ban human
situation.
enhancement research
Or
forever.
the
And that was a bad
best
thing.
hide in
Yes,
plain
it
sight
Don't you
Kaiser
see what's at
Soze
stake
character.
here? Ever since
that
man
I've ever
first crawled
seen.
Out of that ocean, we've been striving to be
Plus,
more
he's
than
going
we are.
gray gradually.
Augmentation technology is just the latest, greatest step on a very long road. But we've barely
I also
scratched the
love his
surface
outfit.
of
Does kind of
And
have
I wanna
a
live in a
skunk
world-
stripe, doesn't it?
Stop us from continuing.
I want to live in a
That's your
world
belief,
where
Sarah.
I
Not
can get
everyone
away
shares
with
it.
dressing like that.
You do, Adam.
With your
I love his
hexagonal
But if we work together,
origami
we can
vest.
really make a difference.
I love that vest.
We can
I want that
improve the
vest.
lives of everyone.
I want to live in a world where I could be a 55-year-old man and have that, like,
We'd have to get a message
little
out.
chin, not even a chin strap, whatever that is, that little,
The
Tell
soul
the
pack.
world,
Chin square.
exactly.
tell them that humanity
It's like
You
a
know what?
Hitler mustache adjusted
That their
vertically,
doctors
like.
cleared a fire
But you know
report
what?
on
That
it.
makes a lot of sense. Given his age,
Lie.
the
It'll
people
give
that have
us
soul
time,
patches
son.
now
Time to
will
figure
be
out how to
50
destroy the
by
Illuminati's
this point.
biochips and move on.
And
So
what about the people
that's
who've been
actually
harmed?
Don't
about
make me-
right.
Don't they deserve the
Don't
truth?
make me feel old, Seamus.
We want the freedom to become more
Yeah,
than
I
we
mean,
are. We can't
as
be
someone who
blinded by
like has a
misguided
goatee, I
morality.
technically have a soul patch.
Some people will be left behind. It's reality. It's evolution.
Well,
son.
yeah, okay. Fine,
Evolution
sure.
Based on my DNA.
Please, son, you have to stay with me on this.
So this is the only point where Jensen actually says anything about, like, oh, the evolution based on my DNA, and that's basically like the one line. So yeah, that basically, oh, good.
Oh, I don't mind.
Thank God for those Pepsi Energy packs.
Basically, Taggart wants you to blame, I guess, a contaminated neuropozyne, and Seraph wants you to blame Taggart, you know, just for various reasons to not, you know, let Darrow both take down the Illuminati and destroy augmentation technology. and that's and so you're. They can't. I mean, for some reason, it's you that's the one that's supposed to carry all this out, because I guess nobody else can escape. Can go and tell the world
Everybody
about
else is
this.
sitting in their corner.
Yeah.